Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of Gare's Game Room Tour. Like I said at the end of the last video, we're just going to go over a few more things kind of on this side of the room. So what we'll do for this video is, again, we're just going to look at some of my gaming systems over on that shelf, some collector's editions, some PC big boxes. We'll kind of swing around, look at, you know, peripherals, different accessories like controllers, guns, adapters, all that fun stuff. We'll take a look at my Final Fantasy shrine that I've got over here, and then we'll take a look at my bookshelf. It's got all my guides, books, comics, some random toys, PC games, just kind of a mishmash of different things. And then we'll swing around to basically what I call the Nintendo shelf, the one that's right here behind me. So that's got, you know, Nintendo 64, handheld stuff, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then that'll be it for this video. So without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, and then before we go over to the next shelf, this is just like a little corner area that I literally throw random crap into. It is such a mess. I'm just completely out of storage. So there's nothing too exciting in here. There's a Mario dance pad, some boxes for like collector sets that I took the stuff out of, and then just some random stuff. It sucks. I wish I had more room. But yeah, it's literally stacked to the ceiling. Wait till you see this little area. It's literally to the ceiling. So this is kind of a mishmash of systems and random stuff. I'll start at the top. That's, like I said, all the way to the ceiling there. Just random collector's editions. There's a Dreamcast keyboard up there, PC games, stuff like that. So I won't dwell on that too much. I just got this not too long ago. Really cool box set. Diablo 3. Some of my Doom and Diablo games, since you guys know I love it. That original Diablo 3, that's a pretty rare one to get, so I was happy to get that, especially for the price I got it. The Arkham Origins Collector's Edition, I think I've talked about it before. It's okay. I think I got ripped off. I mean, everybody who bought it for full price I think got ripped off, but it's one of those things. And then we get down to my little Nintendo 64 area, which I would really love to have a better display for, but this just kind of works for now. And I've got all the colors except for the actual watermelon red. I don't have the US one. This one here, as you guys know, this is the Japanese version. That's why it's got the clear bottom. And then I need gold, so then I'll have all the US ones. But there are still some Japanese variants I want to get. So there's like an orange Pikachu one. They've got a really cool orange and black one. And then a couple of the Fantastic colors with the clear bottoms. So there's those. I'm really happy with that. I absolutely love these Fantastic colors. They're just super, super awesome. And over here, I got like kind of the mini systems, so SNES Mini, and then the top loader NES, which that I just got from Corey Zamir. Again, another shout out to him. Thank you so much, dude. That was a very generous giveaway he did. And then this is like my GameCube shelf. So that's just a regular Indigo one with the LCD screen on top. This top one here, this is the Pokemon Gale of Darkness version, and then this one's just a regular one. And then one of them somewhere, that one's got like the GameCube or the Game Boy player adapter. This is a regular black system, and then this is the same thing, but it's the one that came with the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition set. So that's why I've got two of those. And then this is a really, really cool piece. This is the CDX from Sega. So this one plays Genesis games and Sega CD. Very, very happy to own that. It's not easy to find. It's not cheap, and ow, there it goes out on my foot. If I get that back in there. Here's the 32X. Which I really want to get a box for, and then there's a Model 3 Genesis. I really want to get all the Genesis stuff, or Sega stuff in boxes, but I just don't see Sega stuff around here very often. I usually have to resort to eBay. So then the rest of this is basically systems. So this is the core Sega Genesis. This is the old school Model 1. This is the exact one I got when I was a kid. So when I got this box at a game store, or a pawn shop, I mean, I was so excited. It's just really cool when you can get stuff like this from your childhood. And I got like $10, so that was really good. And then this is the Model 2, which most people tended to have, but like I said, I had this one. And then a Sega CD in the box, really, really happy to have. That's really awesome. Really good shape, too. Sega Saturn in the box. Not in very good shape, but a really nice guy. One of my viewers traded this to me, so I'm really appreciative to get that. There's my original Wii that I've had since like 2007 in the box. And then this is the PS3 Slim. This is like the one that came with Harry Potter Blu-ray, so nothing exciting. I used to have a really cool, like the original PS3, the Spider-Man one. That came with Spider-Man 3, but that one crapped out on me. There's the Wind Waker WiiU bundle there. I got it because I thought it was going to be super rare, super hard to find, but there was definitely a plethora of those. So, PS2 Slim, this was actually the very first thing gaming related that I got at a garage sale. It was a really good sale too. I got this, some really awesome boxed Game Boy Advance games, so that was really cool. That's kind of neat that that's my first garage sale find. Super Famicom in the box, really cool. I love their systems. My original PS2 box from when I was like back in high school. One of my all-time favorite systems too. It's kind of a tie between that and Super Nintendo, but and then the original PlayStation. That's not the original one I had, but still really cool to get because that's the one I did get when I bought it. And then kind of just random stuff down here. There's an old school Xbox, some controllers, Gears of War collection, or Gears of War 360. I don't have that actual system. I just got this box for super cheap. And then some random PS1s down there, a little Dreamcast hiding back there, PS1 Mini, and then the Link's Crossbow Training. It's Zelda. I had to get it, of course. So again, I'll do a little pan over of this shelf here. It looks really tall because I'm on the floor, but so yeah. Again, this little area's changed a lot. So very cool. I really like the shelf. But again, like all the others, it's very, very full. And then again, I just have random crap over here because I'm just out of room. So this bag is literally chock full of Game Boy cases. I kind of like having them, but on the same merit, I'm never going to use them. It has random cables. These are just, you know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero from a collector's edition set. And then you get over here, this is just kind of how I organize memory cards, rumble packs, stuff like that. So nothing too exciting. Got a couple Star Wars helmets there. My kids play with these all the time. Then in here you got chargers, and then like a whole bunch of basically like Game Boy handheld stuff in there. Let's see, and then this is more adapters. So like there's the sensor for the Super Scope, some Game Boy adapters, or GameCube I mean, so like for the Wavebird. So, and then we get over here. This is, again, more stuff that I don't have room for, so they're just kind of sitting up here. This is a little cool, I forget what these are called, starts with a V, I can't remember. But yeah, the cool little shade thing up there. And then these are like controllers and stuff like that, so I got a ton of GameCube controllers I've accumulated. As you guys know, I love the GameCube, and it's my favorite controller ever made, so I really like hanging on to these. So definitely glad to have those. Let's see. And then these are all the N64 controllers. I think I've got pretty much all of them. There's a couple that I'm missing, like there's the banana yellow Donkey Kong 64 one that I still need, but I have the really hard to find one, the extreme green, I call it piss, or CJR called it piss green, so that's what I call it now. So yeah, I really like those controllers. A lot of them, I've also swapped out the original sticks with GameCube ones, and it works a lot better. So if you guys have the means to do so, I highly suggest that. It makes it much more enjoyable, and they last a lot longer. And then this is like PlayStation 1 stuff, so PlayStation 1 accessories, controllers, PS2 base, which I thought was really cool because I remember when it came out, you always seen this in the picture with the system, and I really like the color, so I was really happy to get that. Gun Con, stuff like that, the remote controls for the DVD player. And then in here, this is just kind of a random assortment of Nintendo stuff. So you got the Wii Zapper, a Wii controller, the original NES Zappers, Super Nintendo controllers, NES controllers. Yeah, like I said, these are all just packed full. Let's see, down here we got Dreamcast and Sega. Well, basically, yeah, Sega accessories. So we got the gun for the Sega Saturn. This is the gun for, I think it's the Genesis for Lethal Enforcers. Some Dreamcast controllers, all that good stuff. And then the bottom one here, this is cables, so like RCA cables, power adapters. I got a ton of those. They're really good to have for, you know, in case you get systems that don't have them. So, like I said, nothing too awful exciting there, but okay. And then over here, I've got basically this is my Final Fantasy VII shrine because I adore Final Fantasy VII. It's really what got me hardcore into gaming as a teenager, so I've really enjoyed collecting all this stuff. So I do have a separate video if you guys are interested. Again, it's not the best. It's when I was kind of the first starting out, but you can check that out, and I'll probably do an updated version of it, be a little bit more entertaining. But yeah, so really cool. I love this display. There's more figures I want to get that I haven't gotten. they're expensive. They're not cheap at all. So, let's see, down here there's like VHSs. That one's right there. That's a demo disc. PC. Game Brain. It was like a really cheesy MTV show they used to do for reviews on games. It's so funny. If you guys get a chance to watch it, absolutely hysterical. It's just really corny, kind of campy. And then this is like just the games, basically. So, well, that's a DVD. Dirge of Cerberus. That one's a Japanese DVD. Soundtrack, Blu-ray. You guys can probably figure it out. But and then this is like all the actual Final Fantasy VII games I have, which I think I've got them all. So, you know, Greatest Hits version. This is the PAL Greatest Hits. Japanese original. That's the Black Label, obviously, for us. There's a soundtrack. Everybody who's remotely a fan of Final Fantasy VII should have that. Amazing, amazing soundtrack. That's the... I'm pointing with my bad finger. That's the Japanese, like, Greatest Hits version. That's the PAL Black Label version. And then that's, like, another Japanese kind of Greatest Hits version. So, yeah, really cool. I'm glad to have all those. Like I said, I think I do have them all, but... a couple more PC ones I need to get, but they're hard to find, like French and Canadian and stuff like that. And again, just more random crap I didn't have space for. So some steering wheels, some more accessories, figures. I got some really cool Matrix figures there. That thing's full of manuals and stuff like that. Some of the Sega CD stuff I told you I didn't have room for. Okay, so now we're going to start moving on to this wall. Again, just kind of a random mishmash of stuff that I just found room for. So some collector's editions, some figures. That's full of like plush dolls up there. My little finger there. So then you get down here, Sega Saturn. That's actually the 3D control pad, which is really, really interesting. It was never used. That thing's still brand new, so that was really cool. I got that at a garage sale. And it's not going to go back because something fell. That's all right. I'll put it down. Some PC games there. So I wish I had. As you guys know, these big boxes take up a ton of space, so it's really hard to find room for them. Some more limited edition stuff there. And then these are like all my strategy guides, books, and stuff like that. Let's see if there's any interesting ones here. The Making of Doom, I just got that from Courtney not too long ago. Really, really cool book. This chaps my ass. These two guides, they made, as you guys will see in a second, that Zelda treasure chest set that has all the guides, and I wish they would have left some room, especially for this one, because this came out at the same time as that guide set did. So it boggles my mind that they didn't leave an extra spot for that one. The Majora's Mask I can understand, because this was a couple years later, but anyway, there's some in here that I've actually had since I was a kid. Final Fantasy VII, that's one of them. That's a really hard one to find. Didn't have the poster, though. I tore that thing up a long time ago. Let's see. Final... Is that 8? Yeah, that's 8. Where you at? Where you at, Final Fantasy VII? I know you're up there. Hang on. I'll find it. Is this it? Nope, that's 8 again. Gosh dang it. Quit teasing me. There it is. Okay. This one, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Guide. I got this when it first came out, and that's the one I've had since I was like 13 or 14. So it's really cool to still have that. I love that guide. It's not the best, but just has a lot of nostalgic memories. I used to spend so much time in class drawing the characters, so it's really cool. And then down here, some more guides, and then some, again, limited edition sets I didn't have room for. So I'll just kind of go through these real quick. Punisher, of course, like you guys know, huge Punisher fan. Those... super, super awesome. These books or the comic sets are fantastic. Very happy with those, especially the Punisher Max series. So down here are some of my N64 box games. I've got a pretty solid N64 collection. I'm pretty happy with it. Got some of the must-haves, like, you know, Ocarina of Time, that's the gold collector's edition. And then same with Majora's Mask, that's the holographic one. Castlevania, that was a cool one to get in the box. Same with Resident Evil 2. Mario Kart 64, got that for an excellent deal a while back. That was one of the first boxed N64 games I got, actually. Paper Mario, that's a really good one to have, too. Same with GoldenEye, one of my favorites, Star Wars. And then down here, again, you guys are probably picking up the pattern. Not the most organized setup, but these are the big 6-inch World of Nintendo figures. These are the only two that I've seen so far. I know that there's a Big Brain and a Big Ganondorf that are supposed to be either out or coming soon. I ordered them from a toy store, but they're not coming until May, I think. Some more PC games. So there's those. And then down here, this is basically like more of my, you know, not the big boxes, but the, I guess, medium-sized boxes. So there's all those. And then down here, this is just like Game Informer magazines, other video game-related stuff, and then some Nintendo Powers. I don't have a lot. I never see them, but I've got a few in there. Sometime I'll have to go through and pull those out and show you guys. But and then here we got the Hyrule Historia book. I haven't even opened this yet because I've got a digital copy on the Wii U. It came with it when I bought it, so I might leave this sealed, but it's a really cool book. I really enjoy it. And then as you guys know, this is the Zelda Treasure Chest Guide I was talking about. So very happy to have that. I think it's still very easily accessible for purchase, so don't feel like you guys missed out. I think there's plenty of them out there still. Alright, so now moving on to the last half of the room, basically. So, start here. Actually, I'll kind of pan through this one again. So, there you go. Alright, so there's that. Okay, so this is probably one of the... This is actually one of the shelves you guys see in my videos. It's behind me. So up there, I got the big World of Nintendo Mario figure, and last Halloween I threw that Jason mask on it, and I thought it looked freaking awesome. So I left it on. It's really creepy, especially when you can see it level with his eyes, because they just kind of... they're just creepy. Some stuff up there, some really cool, you know, box sets. That styrofoam right there, that's a Super Nintendo set. Really nice. I held on to the styrofoam in case I get another box. That way I can complete it, because I think a lot of times people throw this away. So, some really awesome Nintendo box sets. I mean, I didn't have any box Nintendos, and then in like a 4-month period I got, how many is that, 3 there? So, really, really cool. And then, this is the part that drives me crazy, the N64 games. You know, I hate that they didn't label them like they did the Nintendo and Super Nintendo. And I would get those labels that you can put on top to see them, but I made enough room, as you guys can tell, just to have them like this. So if I try to flip them this way, it's not going to fit. So, and because I can't see what they are, I can't really talk about them. So, like I said, I've got a pretty good collection of Nintendo 64 games. I think I've got most of the rare heavy hitters, but there's a few that I'm still missing. So, and then here, I'm out of room for the PSP Vita games, so they're just kind of barely squeezing up here. But I've got some really good ones. I'm really actually pretty quite happy with my PSP collection. There's a lot more I'd like, but it's pretty solid so far. So, it's a terrible glare. So there's those. I haven't given the PSP much love. Honestly, I got a PSP, and when I played it, like 90% of the time, it was to play emulators. So the main game that I played on the PSP was Crisis Core, of course. So, all right, then you get into the Game Boy Advance 3DS stuff there. So, Ocarina of Time. Again, I'm sure most of you guys know this, but it is out of print. So, if you can get a copy of it, especially sealed, jump on that immediately, because it's going for like $60, $70, $80 now. It's ridiculous. Kid Icarus Uprising. I just got that at a small town Walmart. They had one left, so it's brand new. I got it for $30. Really awesome. And if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry. My wife's cooking for Easter, so it might get a little noisy. Doom for the Game Boy Advance. One of my favorite pieces, but it's such a butthole of a game on that system. It's so bad. That's a really awesome one to have as well. I really want to get the Metroid Fusion in the box. Telltale Boxer is the only game, or a boxed Virtual Boy game that I have, but it's one of the ones I had when I actually had the system, so I was really happy to get it. And then some Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color games. And when I was telling you guys, when I got my first garage sale find with that PS2, I got Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, and the Zelda game at that same sale. So it was and that was like the first sale I went to. So that really pumped me up for the day. I didn't expect to have that good of luck on my first day of garage selling. These are the 3DS games. Really love the system. We play ours all the time. But there's a ton more we still want to get. So Chrono Trigger. Oh, so glad they put that port on the DS to take that to go. One of my all-time favorite games. I absolutely adore it. The Zelda games on the DS, I have not played yet, unfortunately, and I'm really ashamed to say that, but I just have not got around to them. Pokemon games, gotta have those. Again, Super Mario 64, super glad they did a port for the DS. So much fun to play that on the go, especially as other characters. Super Princess Peach is actually a really fun game, and it's pretty pricey, so if you can get it for a good deal, I highly suggest it. It's a lot better than I would have expected. Okay, now we're going to move on to the loose NES games. I will be honest with you guys, I grew up mostly with Super Nintendo and Sega, so I'm not a diehard NES fan like a lot of guys on YouTube are. So, yeah, I still love it, don't get me wrong. It's a wicked awesome system. I love collecting for it, but I'm not going to break my bank trying to get a complete collection like some people are. There's just no way. It's way too competitive. Castlevania series, absolutely love it. One of my favorite series. Contra, of course. Die Hard is one of my probably pricier NES games. Double Dragon collection. 2's not there because it's in the box. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I only bought that, of course, as you guys know. Angry Video Game Nerd. Duck Hunt I'm supposed to have in the box, but the dude that sold it to me originally never got back to me, even after I harassed him a million times, so it's a bummer. But what can you do? You can't make people do stuff. Well, I guess you can. You break their thumbs, but... let's see. The Jetsons, what is that? I think it's like Cogwell's Caper. I actually got that. It's like a $100 game, I think, if I remember correctly. Again, it was one of the first games I got when I was collecting, and I got it in a huge lot of stuff. I had no idea it was worth anything. I actually almost sold it because I was like, I'll never play this. That's a crap game. But yeah, definitely, it might be my most valuable NES game. I'm not sure. Dream Master, one of my favorites also. Very nostalgic game. This is, what is that? The Drunkard Who. Master 2 and the Drunkard Who. Let's see. I don't have hardly any Mega Mans. I have 2 and 3, and that's it. I really want to get them all, but again, it's one of those series that everybody wants, and they're just so ridiculously priced. So, Ninja Gaiden 1 and 3, again, 2's in the box. Nobunaga's Ambition 2, that's a pretty pricey, uncommon game, so I was happy to get that. Let's see. Let's see, oh yeah, I did that one, okay. RoboCop, haven't played the second one, but the first one, that was actually my first video game memory. So that's kind of interesting. Not the best game, but I still like it. It's pretty fun. Super C, haven't beat that one yet, but Mario Brothers, everybody's got to have those. Let's see. I think that one's Tengen Tetris. I just got that. I'm really, really happy to have that one. That's a pretty hard one to get to. That gold one there is like the Ultimate Stuntman, I think it's called. And then you get over here, you got the Legend of Zelda, of course, and that's it for the loose ones. And then down here, we've got more, kind of random boxed N64/SNES games. So, let's see if I get that to focus. There you go. So, Nintendo 64 memory card in the box. That was really cool to get. Doom, you guys know I was really happy to get that. One of my favorite pieces. Turtles in Time, I was so happy to get that, because that is not an easy game to get complete. So, I was super thrilled about that one. Unfortunately, it's got that cut there, but that's okay. Link to the Past, one of my all-time favorites, so you guys know, super happy. I really need to invest in some box protectors, because this is like right at the level where my kids can reach them. I'm so scared to death they're going to tear these apart. Let's see. And then these are the N64, some of my rarer ones, I guess. So you got Snowboard Kids 2 with the manual, Snowboard Kids 1 with the manual, I don't know if that's rare, but... And then Bomberman, the Second Attack, that's a pretty uncommon / rare one, so... let's see. These ones down here, these are kind of the more beat up ones, unfortunately. This one, I'm so bummed that this one's in such bad shape. It's such a pricey game, such an awesome game. And the bundle I got it with, of course, it was the most beat up one, while the sports games were perfect. So, but still, really awesome. Same with Castlevania 4. Kind of beat up, but very happy to own it. Same with Lufia and Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Again, there's just some really good ones here that I'm very proud to own, especially this one. If you guys watched my garage sale videos last summer, I got that for $5. I could not believe that. I was just in shock. It was one of my favorite finds ever, obviously. So yeah, there's those, and then we'll move on to the loose ones here. Let's see. I really try to get, because the Super Nintendo's probably my favorite system, so I try to get all of my favorites in the box if I can, but sometimes it's not economically viable. Batman Returns, I really, really want that in the box. So DJ Deuce, if you're watching this, hook a brother up, man. Hook him up. Contra 3, Bill Benton, my buddy, hooked me up with that one. Thank you again, man. I was so happy to get that finally. Just, I never come across it at garage sales, so. I don't think there's too much more exciting ones down here. Sorry if I'm getting shaky. I'm kind of like leaning on one arm here, so I'm getting jelly arms. Maximum Carnage, that's a really fun one. Okay, sorry about that. I've been recording so long, my phone finally cut me off, so I had to start a new video file. Okay, so keep going here. Again, these are not too exciting for the most part. Mostly sports and stuff like that. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, super awesome beat 'em up. I love that game. Secret of Mana, Shadowrun, that's a pretty obscure one to get. I was happy to grab that one. That one is a not-for-resale Street Fighter 2. Not sure how valuable or rare or anything it is, but I picked that up in a lot, and I had to hang on to it. It seemed pretty cool. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, again, as I said, one of my favorite series, so I really want that one in the box. The Loch Ness Monster, I saw him pick that up a while back complete, and I was really jealous. Super Metroid, you know what's embarrassing is in my last tour, I told you guys that I'd never played it, and once again, I've still not played it, and I'm very ashamed to say that. I probably lost 10 subscribers right there. Boo! Boo this man, thumbs down. Okay, and then the last row here, there goes my jelly arms again. UN Squadron, another one of my favorites. I really need to get that complete. Super Game Boy, everybody should own that, of course. And then RoboCop vs. Terminator. Really awesome game. It's better on the Genesis, but this box art is super awesome. I remember when it came out, it's so cool. It's, actually plastic. It's super awesome. And then one of my all-time favorite games, very proud and happy to own this one, Chrono Trigger. The game's in excellent condition. The manual, it's a little beat up, but it still holds together. I really wish it was in the box. One of these days, I'll eventually get it. That's on my bucket list to get. And then there is my puny, pathetic 3DO collection. But Drug Wars is actually kind of a valuable one. And then Doom, as you guys saw in my video when I got it, I was super thrilled to get it. Super awesome, man. I still need to get a 3DO system, but... Oh, and then down here, this is most of my PS3 collection. I couldn't fit them all on here, so... Again, some of them are boxed up. But I really love the PS3. There are some really good games for it. I don't quite love it as much as the PS2, but I still have a lot of love for the system. Uncharted, another series I'm absolutely ashamed to say I've never played, but I hear the most wonderful things about it, so I will certainly do that one of these days. Probably when I'm done with school. Ninja Gaiden, those games are so freaking hard, man. They definitely live up to the legacy of the old ones. Devil May Cry HD Collection, very awesome. I love that series. Dragon Ball Z, those are fun. I still haven't played Dragon's Crown either. God, I suck. I suck at life. Let's see, and then Call of Duty. Yeah, nobody wants to see that, so. I used to like those games. They used to be a lot of fun, but they got old really quick. So, once again, we'll pan over this whole area. Yeah, I really like the shelf. There's a lot of good stuff on there, but we're getting to probably my favorite shelf here in a second, so for you PS2, PS1 fans, you guys will really get a kick out of it. Okay. Oh, actually, real quick, I'll show you guys, I guess, my filming area here. So this is what you guys see. There's a little table there. There's my chair, microphone. I got Pikachu kind of hanging out there with my Army-issued glasses, so makes him look kind of cute. And then, yeah, just kind of random stuff I have around here. There's a little tripod that holds it, so. I didn't know you guys were interested in seeing, how Gare sets up his videos. Nothing too exciting. I don't use green screens or anything fancy. I'm not crazy about green screens, but I get why some people like them. They add some flavor to the video.
Alright guys, so that's going to do it for part 2. So again, thank you guys for watching parts 1 and 2. Again, I hope you guys are, enjoying this as you go. Try to keep it entertaining. I've been trying to fly through it as fast as I can, but, so much stuff in here, it's really hard not to talk about it all. But yeah, so thank you for watching that. Again, I'll wait a couple days before I upload part 3, give you guys a little bit of a break. And for part 3, we'll go over the rest of the gaming stuff that I have in here, as well as, some of the gaming items I have out in the living room. So for part 3, we'll do the PlayStation shelf back here. It's over on the side. PS2, PS3, I'm sorry, PS2, PS1, And then over here, I've got my amiibo collection on this side of the wall. Let's see, what else? We'll go out to the living room. Like I said, I'll show you guys basically the gaming area, the you know, the TV entertainment center. So like where I have my gaming PC, the TV, all that stuff. And then I'll show you another gaming area that we have in the kitchen. And then after that, we'll just kind of do a pan around so you guys can take one big look at it, and then that'll be the end. So again, thank you guys for sticking through this, watching, commenting, all that good stuff, and I will see you in part 3. See you then.